Hello everybody, this is the next video in a series of junk journaling videos, and today what we're going to do is put the cover on to the junk journal that we've made in previous previous videos that I've done for this series. So we're going to put the cover on, we're going to trim the pages because as you can see they're all sticking out all over the place, and then I'm going to do a little bit of decorating just to show you the sort of things that I do and how I decorate. Okay, so let's move all of these out of the way for start off. So we've put all our papers together, we've chosen our papers, and last video we actually sewed them together, so that's all of those. Now this is the cover, and this is going to be the inside cover that I'm going to use, and then that's all going to be wrapped around there. So the first thing I'm going to do is just double check the size of that, and I might actually make the whole journal that size, I think, because there's a bit sticking out the top and there's a bit sticking out the bottom. Generally I go for an A5, but I think I quite like the fact that particularly this piece of paper has got these borders around, and then I'm going to stick something in the middle there because I don't really like that chair or the chandelier, but we'll do that after. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this piece of paper to the outside, which is blank on the bottom. So I need to decide which birds I'm going to put on. I quite like that one. And I quite like him. Yeah, make sure I'm going to get the piece of paper the right way around. So if I put that right on the edge there, I miss his wing off, don't I? So if I move that up to there, I miss his feet off, so move it down again. Because I miss a bit of his feet and that tiny bit on the top of his wing, I get both of him on. And then I'll get all of him, bit of a tail and the butterfly. And I get all of that branch and most of that, and then these other bits I could actually put inside the journal if I want to. Okay, so I'm going to get my pencil. I'm just going to mark where the edge of these pages are, because that's already straight and that edge is already straight. So I'm just going to mark just a couple of places on this paper where I want that. And I'm not going to draw a line, because when you cut this I might not get the whole line, and then I've got to use an eraser to get rid of the pencil line. And the next question is, yes it is. So this is a Fiskars cutter that I bought, and I love this, and the really good thing about this is, I don't think you can see it, there's actually a wire, there you go, there's actually a wire in the cutting right in the middle there, and the blade, this comes out, the blade is right in the middle and it goes along that wire, so if you put that wire on the line that you want to cut, you know that the blade will cut along there. And I really like that. It's a really accurate way. I've had a couple of cutters where it's too short or too long. So the first cut I was going to do is along here, and I'm going to line the wire in the middle with that pencil mark, and then I'm going to pull the paper down as far as I can onto this this bottom bar here. Okay, because that will then make sure that it's a straight line. There we go. There's lots and lots of videos out there that show you how to use cutters and reviews on which is the best cutter for what, etc. Scoreboards, that sort of thing. So there you have. So I've cut that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my piece of paper onto it. Okay, so the piece of paper with the birds on it is actually slightly bigger than that piece of paper, which, you know what, I don't mind that. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use Pritt Stick to stick it on. Now there are different, well, yeah, glue stick should I say, not Pritt Stick, it's because it's a different brand. Some people use PVA, you could use high-tack glue. Again, there's a lot of different videos all reviewing glues and the best glues for fabric and all of those sort of things. You could use tape runner. I've got a tape runner here. Anything really, as long as it sticks it down. But that's what I'm using. So let's just get that lined up. Sorry about that, can't talk and concentrate at the same time. Not very good at it. So that hasn't actually glued that down very well. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use my tape runner. It'll be so much easier. Yeah, for some reason there's hardly any glue at all on that. Maybe it's not very good tape. Right, I'll use my tape runner. So, start again. Again, the tape runners, there's a whole load of videos reviewing and telling you which ones. This is a Stick It brand that I'm using here. And I have to say I do like a tape runner. It's quick, it's easy, nice and sticky. You also don't get, when you use like PVA or wet glue, you get a bit of a residue sort of seeping out on your paper, and when you close your journal, etc., you get that extra sort of bit. And I've had several pages stuck together when I was using wet glue till I decided to invest in a proper roller. As you're putting this on, you can actually see where it is, so that's quite useful. Right, let's try that again, shall we? That's an example of... right, let me just check. You know what, I need to put that down without checking. This is the top. So do I want that at the front? Yeah, make sure you get a piece of paper the right way around, because we nearly had a disaster on our hands then. It nearly went on the wrong way. That's it, I've stuck this time. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is I'm not going to fold this all the way. I'm going to line those edges up like that, and I'm going to do what I call a round bend, a round fold, which is I'm just going to sort of hold my hand like that, and I'm just going to sort of bend it but not fold it, sort of like that. Just going to boing over, and there you have it. There's the cover. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to sew that cover on to there. And I've got to decide where it's going to go. So, what did I do with my tailor's awl? Okay. So I'm going to line up the journal that I've already made with roughly where I want it to go inside the cover. And then I'm going to just make a tiny hole. Let me put my board down because I don't want to put it through the table. And I'm going to make, just using my tailor's awl, I'm going to make just a tiny hole. And I'm going to make 3. So where the middle hole is on my signature, I'm going to line that up, and I'm going to put a hole into the middle, just a tiny one, into where the top one is there, and where the bottom one is there. Okay, and what I'm using is I've actually, where I've folded the piece of paper that I've stuck onto the cover, that's where I've put the holes. And if you turn it around, I don't know whether you can see it on camera, there's actually a tiny hole where I've just poked it through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make those a tiny little bit larger. Not much, just a little bit. So I can get the needle through. Nothing worse than not being able to get a needle through. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to trim them too. Like so. And then, just like I did before, I would use the middle of the signature and sew through here, through the middle, through the cover, and then back up again and back down. Okay, just like I did before. And that's upside down, so you've got to make sure that you get your cover the right way. Oh dear, I'm all upside down and back to front and all sorts of things today. Okay, I'm not going to do that on camera now. I'll do that afterwards, because otherwise these videos are going to be super long. So that's how I would make the cover, and that's how I do it on. I just sew it on the same as I did before. You can put the cover on and then cut your signature down. I actually quite like the size that it is, and because I know that this out of my cover is nice and straight, I'm not going to want to cut that. But I do know, if you line that up with that this piece of paper here is the same size as my cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I trim all this. Yeah, sorry, just double checking. So I've got a ruler. I can't remember what brand it is, but it's a plastic ruler. There's actually a metal strip down this edge. And I've got a Fiskars knife. Any craft knife will do, doesn't matter, as long as you remember your knife safety. Now, the trick to trimming an insert is to do a little bit at a time. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. So put the ruler on, metal piece, if you've got a metal ruler that's even better, where you want it, and then put as much pressure as you can through this hand, which is the one holding the ruler. Take your knife and you're going to go from top to bottom in one line straight down. Okay, don't stop, because if you stop you then get like a jaggedy edge, which is not what you want. You want a nice smooth edge. Okay, so I'm going to just do a first pass. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on because I know my knife is sharp. I'm just going to let the knife do the work, and I'm going to pull it all the way down to the end. And as you can see, that top one's just popped off. I'm not moving this hand. This hand's exactly where it's staying. And I'm just going to tease these off. You can use your nails if you've got long nails, or you could just use the edge of the knife. And as you can see, some of them are cut and some of them are not. So I'm just going to do that again. Okay, and I'm just going to run my knife down again. That's it, and more's gone off, and I'm just going to pull them to the side. I'm just going to keep going, pass after pass, until I'm all the way through. Something really satisfying about this. Okay. And I think that's it. Lovely. There we go. Yes, I know that's not on the edge and that one's not on the edge, but that's the edge of my journal. I'm going to show you again on this side, and then what I'm going to do, I'll do the other side later off camera, and I will show you how I decorate, just to keep this video a bit shorter. Okay, so hold your really still, decide where it's going to go, and then bring your knife down, cutting a little bit at a time. Oh, there wasn't that much to cut off that side. They're all obviously quite short, and everything's where it needs to be. Now, safety, put the knife away before you put it down. There we go. As you can see, lovely, two straight. And this is why I said to you, make sure everything is sort of in the middle where you want it to go, because when you start trimming the edges, you're going to sort of trim bits off that you want to keep. So if I drop that into there, and that's what it was like when that's sewn onto there, that's what it's going to look like. And then what I could do is I could round these corners if I want to, which I actually like doing. I'd spend 10 minutes and get my rounder on all of them and just do a few at a time, because so cover, that's how you trim it. The next thing I'm going to do is I would cut that out and I would stick that onto my front envelope onto there, and I would probably stick it on with washi tape or something like that, and then you could just go through the journal. Now the journaling prompts are like, the first one says new beginnings, the second one is little moments, third one torn edges, that sort of thing. So you might want to start at the beginning and put one on there, or just put new beginnings across the top, and then you could journal about what the new year means to you, or you could put bits of stickers, washi, photos, whatever you like. And then number 2, you could put little moments on there, and then put a picture or whatever you like on there. Okay. So if you remember right at the beginning, I had this box. So I've got this box of sort of bits of cards and all sorts of ephemera and stickers and things that my sister gave me for Christmas. And so I was going to use these in this lovely junk journal that I've made with you the last couple of videos. Right, so I've got a bit of a card, and there is no right or wrong way of doing this. It is just a case of you know what I've done? I've actually trimmed that off, haven't I? Oh well, that doesn't matter. That was supposed to be stuck onto there as a flap. See, this is what happens. You do stuff and you think, oh, that didn't work. Oh well, doesn't matter. I can stick it on. You know. Okay, so if I remember right, there are a few. So for instance, I didn't really like the Easter eggs because it's not Easter. So I would then take, you know, these sort of things, so like that, and I might stick that onto there, and then I might stick that onto there, and then just have a bit, because it's not obvious now that those are Easter eggs. I did cut this out, if I remember right, and I might decide I need to find just a spot for that, so that I could put that on there, but then I'd want a piece of embroidery in there, if that makes sense, too, because it doesn't quite work. No concept to it. So is there any of these stickers or anything? Is there any embroidery? There's a bit of lace there. Oh, here we go. Look at that. I think that's a sticker with a piece of embroidery on. So what I'm going to do then is to cover this page that I don't like and don't want. But the reason it's in because I like this is I'm going to trim that down so it fits on the egg page, and then I'm going to stick that underneath, maybe there, something like that. Oh, and then I could put buttons on there like that. Can you see how these things work? You just sort of play, basically. So that's something. I'm going to leave them in. I'm not going to stick them down now, but I'll put them in there to show you. So there's a nice tape measure there, and I've noticed that I've got a card with some lace, so I might stick that in there like that, just to cover this space here. Or you could put writing in there, or what does that say? Anything really. I mean, if you grab your bits that you think and give it a go, just try it, and you know, I quite like that actually. I might put that in there. I hope that makes sense. I hope you'll have a play, you'll have a go at this, because I love junk journaling, I really do. Let me cut. No, I'm going to just very quickly just trim this down and show you how I stick it in. Why not? I've got a couple of minutes. I'm always very conscious that my videos are too long or too short. Okay, so this is the envelope, remember? And what I actually am going to do, I'm going to put it on the inside, because on there I think I'm going to put 2022, and then when I find something that I really like, I put 2022 on there, and then I could put a sticker or a card or something underneath it of something that I like, I think, not quite sure what. And then this, I think I'm going to put here. and then underneath I'm going to put a calendar. Last year I made a lot of journals, and I did one, was it last year or the year before? Do you know what, I'm totally losing track of time. Don't even know what day it is, what time is it. And I'm just going to wash it down. And I'm not using my card because I do want that sort of ripped look. What you can do is you can stick it down and wash it. In fact, I might do that. Let's just take those bits off. Is it going to rip? No. There you go. So that's in the front, and then I'm going to put a calendar in there, and like little bits of washi like that. I could just sort of, why waste them? Use them. Find somewhere else for them to just pop. I hope you enjoyed that. I know you didn't see me actually sew the cover on, but the previous video shows you how to sew them together, so I didn't feel I needed to show you that, but that's how I would decorate. And I would go through, for instance, I don't really like those pages, but I do like that. I do like this bit of stitching here round it. So for instance, I could put something in there which hides the lady. Like that, which gives it a different, I could talk about this all day. I could show you examples all day of what to do. At the end of it all, it's what do you know, get a bit of paper, get a sticker, try it, see what it looks like. If you don't like it, don't stick it down. If you do like it, stick it where it needs to go. You know, that's how easy it is. That's how easy this whole junk journaling process is. And I could spend all day telling you how or why to do stuff. Okay, there we have it. One junk journal, one cover, bit of decorating. I hope you enjoyed the series that I've been running. If this is your first video, go back and have a look at all of the other things that I've been playing with and messing with and putting together. And hopefully I'll see you next time. I do a lot of journaling videos as well as craft videos, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. My Craft Orchard, where skills and ideas can grow. I'll see you next time. Bye.